Greetings and welcome to this episode of the Loveseat Therapist. Welcome, welcome, welcome to returning folks. Welcome home. To new folks, welcome home. You are here because you were looking for confirmation, encouragement, support, some kind of guidance, and this video popped into your feed. So however it managed to find you, I am so glad that it did. We are all connected. We are a collective, and everything that we are thinking and feeling and going through is going to affect not just us and our personal reality, but the entire existence of the universe, reality, everything, all right? There is no separation. We are all connected. What we are thinking in our heads is creating an electrical field. What we are feeling in our hearts is creating a magnetic field. These have been documented and measured, and the two of them create an electromagnetic field that is connected to the quantum field. So it's about 2 to 3 feet in front of us. You can look up that information, find out about Merkaba or about the energy bodies. That would be excellent research. Let me know in the comments what you find out about that, what you think about that, your personal experience on all of that. All right. For myself, I have found it to be absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. It does help the YouTube algorithm help other people find these videos and hopefully help them as well. All right. And I don't know if I had mentioned before, I'm not a licensed anything. I'm just a random person on the internet that is sharing my personal stories of success and ascension. Okay. I have been trying to get this out to you. Things have been going sideways with technology and environmental stuff. So I am bound and determined, I don't care how many times it takes to record this, I am going to get this to you. All right. This is the 3rd episode of shadow work, and I will, if I can remember it, try to get those links in at the end of this video for you guys. If you have not watched those, I do highly recommend. You can watch them out of order, it's fine, but getting all of the information would be super helpful for you. All right, so with that, what I wanted to talk about today is about setting ourselves up for success. As we are processing our shadow work, as we are working on that, we want to set up scenarios for success. Shadow scenarios for success. Okay? So we got a lot of S's in there. Setting ourselves up for scenarios of shadow success. How are we going to do this? What is that process? How do we go about doing it? Well, the first thing we need to understand is that shadows are cast from an object behind the light. Okay? Remember the story of the guys that were in the cave and they were worried about things that they saw on the wall, shadows that they saw on the wall. But those shadows weren't real. They weren't anything that they could actually touch and change and control. They were cast from objects on the other side, between them and the light. So these are cast, shadows are cast by objects between you and the light. Attacking the shadows is not going to be effective, as I'm sure you figured out by now. And only way to really address these is to look at the object that's casting the shadow. All right? Most of the time, these are going to be trauma triggers from when we were little and we didn't know how to deal. We could not deal because we were little children. How to deal with these things that were outside of our control, because we really do. We are control freaks. Every single one of us are control freaks if we are honest with ourselves. All right. But what is this process? How do we go about making success a process that we can use regularly, effectively, efficiently? right? We're going to go through all of that. So if you want to get some paper and pencil or grab your phone to make some notes, please do. All right. Hang on for a second while you do that, or pause the video. Okay. We want to identify a system that's going to work. And for me, it is setting up, understanding what the scenario is that constantly keeps repeating. These are spirals. It's not a circle like a one and done where we get through this process and we can say, oh, yay, we are now done with that shadow for that particular kind of thing. No, it doesn't work like that. We are ascending. It is part of our ascension process where we are going up this spiral staircase. We're going to keep coming around to the same point on a circle, but we are in a different level. We are on a different level. It can be above, it might be below, depending on how we are processing and what we are using as our process for success in dealing with the shadows and the scenarios of the shadows. So the first thing we need to do is identify that object. What is the thing that is casting the shadow? What is it specifically? And I think I had mentioned just a little bit ago, we're all control freaks. Things that bump us outside our comfort zone are the things that usually trigger us. What we need to understand is moving outside our comfort zone is the only way we are going to have success. So if it's your intention to just avoid and ignore those objects that are casting the shadows, you can try that. You can try to stay in that comfort zone. It's my experience that that doesn't work. All right. You can let me know in the comments if avoiding those things is working for you. I doubt that it is, because otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on this video, right? So I am a control freak. I am working on that. It is a process, as we said. I am working on the process of success for being a control freak. What can I control? Well, I can control my thoughts. I can control what I'm thinking. And if you don't believe that, just imagine for a moment. I just saw a video yesterday, a channel on YouTube. It's called Your Universe. Jessica Connor, I believe it is. I highly recommend that. After this video is done, go check out her channel, okay? She posted a video yesterday about manipulating the quantum field, I think basically it was, and doing that by using our thoughts to create a different scenario, a different vision of what we want. So if you find that your thoughts are just kind of running away from you, they are a train that is heading into disaster, okay? And you can't figure out how to stop your brain from thinking these things, because obviously as soon as you start thinking about them, to try to stop thinking about you're thinking about them, right? Inevitable. So we understand that. What we want to do is we want to think something else. So think about pink elephants. What? Well, truthfully, as soon as I said the word, what happened? Your mind immediately imagined a pink elephant. Might be a cartoon figure, might look like Dumbo, just pink tinted. It might be an actual, like an African or Asian elephant that's tinted pink. I don't know how your brain came up with it, but it came up with a pink elephant. And are you now thinking about the thing that was making you crazy? No. All right. It's amazing how much control we have over what we think. It is amazing. Imagine a scenario where you're going to be triggered. How can you make it be something that you can bring into your experience? How you can bring that shadow into being a part of you. Set yourself up for success with these shadow scenarios. So for me, for example, the daily commute would be a disaster if I did not have this scenario set up in place already. I don't know about you. I get on the highway. I know. There are people that are going to be changing lanes without putting on their turn signals. They're going to be driving without enough caffeine this morning. And they're going to be making decisions that are going to put themselves and other people, and possibly me, at risk. That's going to trigger me. So how am I going to deal with it in advance? How am I going to handle it? How am I going to respond and not react? Well, I'm going to, if they cut in front of me and take away that safety zone and come within a couple inches of my front bumper, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let my foot off the gas. I'm going to take out a deep breath and let my foot off the gas. That gives us some safe zone in between us. That puts that safety zone back in place. That makes me feel better already. I am in control. I am in control of my car. I am in control of what I'm doing. I am in control of my response. The next thing I'm going to do, because I just let out all that air, I'm going to take a good deep breath in and bring in blessings for them. Put my hand out. Got one hand on the steering wheel and the other hand is out, blessing this person because they're obviously in a much more precarious position than I am, not being able to make those kind of controlled decisions, good decisions for themselves and for me and for everybody else around us, right? So bless them, bless them, bless them. I guarantee you, if you're sending blessings and love to somebody, it's impossible to be mad at them. It's impossible to hate them. It's impossible to be angry at them. Send them love. Put your hand on your heart and send them love. Put your hand out and send them love. Feel that love. Feel that peace. Send them peace. Send them success. Because they need it. They need it way more than you do. Because they're obviously in a place where they're not making good decisions. All right? And we know when we don't make good decisions, it's because we're coming from a place that is outside of love. So we bring that scenario into our vision as we sit in the car and close the door, we put on our seatbelt, we put the key in the ignition. Stop. Stop right there. Don't turn the engine on for just a second. Imagine if somebody is changing lanes and you see them, send them blessings, send them peace, send them abundance. Make sure that you know where you are in your space. Stay in your lane. If they're pulling in front of you, if they're making turns in front of you without signaling, take your foot off the gas. Give you guys some space. Breathe. Send them love. Send them blessings. Okay? You can do this. You have control over what you think, and that changes how you feel, which changes how you act. So you don't want to react, you want to respond from a place of love and peace. So that is our shadow work 3.0 for today. We are setting ourselves up for success with shadow scenarios. All right? Whatever it is that triggers you on an ongoing basis, every day, whether it's your partner not putting away food when they're done with it, leaving it sitting out on the counter, or not washing their dishes, if it's the kids not getting dressed and getting out the door in time to catch the bus and you have to drive them to school, whatever it is that you know that's going to trigger you today, because it has triggered you every day without fail. Take a moment right now and just imagine yourself responding differently. How would a different response make it go better, make it go well? What can you do? What's in your control of how you're thinking and how you're feeling and how you're acting? What can you do that will change the result, the conclusion of that kind of scenario? If it's your partner leaving stuff out, is that a battle you have to win? Is that something, is it just easier to just grab it and put it in the fridge? Maybe just say something about, "Oh honey, I put this in the fridge for you. I love you." Do something like that, where you are doing it out of love, not out of judgment and condemnation, where you're doing it from a place of assisting and supporting, where If you do that a couple of times, I guarantee you your partner is probably going to start wanting to put the stuff away themselves because they're starting to feel embarrassed by the attention on it. Okay? Same thing with the kids. You want to set them up for success. Don't set them up to fail. Don't make them have to decide. You don't want to decide what you're wearing in the morning, right? And they haven't had any caffeine. You're not giving them coffee, so you're expecting them to make these decisions, and they're still in the waking up brain. Okay? Have them set out their clothes for the next day the night before. Have them set out their book bag and everything the night before. So all they have to do is get out of bed and literally just walk into their clothes. Have them lay them out. Mel Robbins puts her exercise clothes out on the floor. So when she gets up out of bed in the morning, she walks on them. She has to get them on because she's actually stepping on them. Okay? So to get them out of the way, she puts them on. Okay? So give your kids the option of success in those scenarios. Give your partner the option of success in those scenarios. Give the other drivers that you are encountering on the road the option for success in these scenarios. We have the ability to set ourselves up and everybody else for success when we start out intentionally understanding that those objects between us and the light are going to cast those shadows. We want to bring our shadows into the light with us. So I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments. This has been something that has been pressing on me for so long, and I feel it's an important message that we all need to hear. I'm constantly doing this all the time. This is an ongoing thing. So I love you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Have the most amazing day. Be blessed and be a blessing for others. All right, we're all earth angels. We are all here to promote and encourage each other. And in that way, we encourage ourselves. I love you and blessings. Ciao for now.